Have you ever wanted to speak English, but your voice just disappears? You know the words, but your heart starts racing and your brain says, don't speak. Maybe you're afraid of mistakes, or people laughing, or just sounding weird. Well, today we're going to fix that. No fear, just voice. Hey everyone, it's Lily here. I know exactly how it feels to be shy when speaking English. That little voice in your head says, what if I say something wrong? Or, what if people don't understand me? But here's the truth. Everyone makes mistakes when they speak, even native speakers. The difference is confident people keep talking anyway. And today I'm going to help you do the same. You don't need perfect grammar or a fancy accent. You just need courage, practice, and a few smart tricks to train your mind and your mouth to speak naturally without fear. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's talk about how to stop being shy and finally speak English with confidence. Let's start with something simple. Introductions. Most learners freeze here, right? You meet someone new and your brain goes blank. You want to say, hi, nice to meet you, but suddenly you forget even your own name. That's totally normal. So let's practice this together. Imagine you're meeting someone at a cafe. You smile and say, hi, I'm Sarah. What's your name? The other person says, I'm Mike. Then you can say, nice to meet you, Mike. How's your day going? Simple, friendly, and natural. Now, here's what many learners do wrong. They overthink. They try to make their English sound perfect. They plan every word in their head before speaking. That's what makes you sound robotic, and that's what makes you freeze. Instead, speak like you're talking to a friend. You don't need long, complicated sentences. Use short, natural ones. Like, hey, how are you? I'm good, just tired today. Oh, really? Rough day? Yeah, school's been crazy. That's it. That's how real conversation flows. You know, many learners worry too much about their accent. But let me tell you, accent doesn't matter nearly as much as clarity and confidence. Americans have hundreds of accents. A New Yorker doesn't sound like someone from Texas, right? And nobody cares. So don't try to erase your accent. Just speak clearly, slowly, and proudly. Let's try another everyday moment. Ordering at a cafe. Many shy learners avoid this because they don't want to sound wrong. But this is a great place to practice. Picture this, you walk into a cafe, take a deep breath and say, hey, can I please get a small latte? That's it. You don't need to sound perfect. You just need to sound human. And if you don't understand something, say, sorry, could you say that again? Or, I'm still learning English. Can you please speak a bit slower? Nobody will laugh at you. In fact, most people will smile and help. Americans love when someone tries their best to speak English. Let's talk about shyness for a second. Shyness isn't a language problem. It's an emotional one. It's fear of judgment. Maybe you think people will notice your mistakes. But guess what? They won't. They're too busy thinking about their own lives. When you realize that, you feel free. Here's something powerful to remember. You don't learn English by thinking. You learn by speaking. Let's take an example from home life. You wake up and instead of scrolling on your phone, you can speak out loud in English. Say what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making breakfast. I'm late again. It might sound silly, but this trains your brain to speak naturally. You're connecting English with real life, not just textbooks. At school or work, start small. You don't need to give big speeches. Just say simple things like, "Hey, good morning," or "How was your weekend?" These short sentences build confidence step by step. When you make a mistake, smile and move on. Don't say, "Sorry, my English is bad." That's a big one. Stop saying that. Your English is not bad. It's growing. Every time you speak, you get better. Now let's practice a mini conversation you can use anywhere, at school or at work. "Hey, do you have the time?" "Yeah, it's 10:15. "Thanks. I always forget my watch." "No worries." Happens to me all the time. That's it. Simple, short, and confident. Now, let's move to the shopping scene. Imagine you're in a store and want to ask for help. You can say, "Excuse me, where can I find the bread?" Or, "Do you have this in medium size?" That's all. Don't overthink it. You don't need to use perfect grammar like, "Would you kindly direct me to the section where the bread is located?" That's too formal. Keep it natural. And if you don't understand the answer, don't panic. Just say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "Oh, got it. Thank you." It's all part of normal conversation. Now let's talk about travel. Speaking English while traveling is one of the best ways to improve your confidence. At the airport, you can say, "Hi, where's gate B12? Or, "Excuse me, how long is the flight delay?" On the plane, you can smile at the person next to you and say, "Hey, is this your first time going to New York?" Little moments like that break your shyness. You might feel scared at first, but once you say the first sentence, the fear starts to melt away. That's the magic. The fear disappears when you act, not before. Now, let's talk about emotions. Many learners are shy because they're afraid of showing feelings in another language. But emotions make your English alive. Don't be afraid to say, "I'm excited," "I'm nervous," or "I'm proud of myself." These words make you sound real. For example, imagine you're meeting your friend after a long time. You can say, "I'm so happy to see you again." Or when you fail a test, you can say, "I'm disappointed, but I'll do better next time." That's how people really speak. Here's a simple daily exercise I recommend. Every morning, look in the mirror and talk to yourself in English for 1 minute. Say anything. How you feel, what you plan to do, what you dream of. Like, "Good morning. I didn't sleep much, but today's going to be great. I'll finish my work and treat myself to ice cream later." This is not silly. This builds self-trust. The more you talk to yourself, the less scared you'll feel talking to others. And let's fix one more habit. Whispering. Many shy learners speak too softly. When you speak quietly, your brain thinks you're unsure. So practice speaking a little louder, with energy. You don't need to shout, just use a clear, strong tone. You'll instantly feel more confident. Here's a little trick. Before speaking English, take a deep breath, smile, and imagine you're talking to someone who already likes you. That smile changes everything. It relaxes your face and voice. Let's try another short example. Small talk at a party. "Hey, I love your jacket." "Oh, thanks. Got it last week." "Nice. Where'd you buy it?" At the mall downtown. See, it's just friendly talk. You don't need perfect grammar. You need connection. Now imagine you're at school. Your teacher asks, "Who wants to read?" And your heart starts racing. Here's what you can do. Take a deep breath and say, "I'll try." Once you start reading, your fear will drop. Every time you say yes to speaking, your brain gets stronger and braver. You can also use English in fun ways, watch shows, sing along to songs, or describe what's happening around you. For example, when watching a movie, pause and repeat a line you like. That helps your mouth get used to English sounds. Here's another helpful routine. Record your voice once a week. Talk about your week, your favorite food, or something funny that happened. When you listen to yourself, you'll notice how much you're improving. Remember, this fluency isn't about speed. It's about flow. It's about feeling comfortable enough to keep speaking even if you make mistakes. Now let's do a quick confidence exercise. Repeat after me. You can whisper or say it out loud. My voice matters. I don't need perfect English to communicate. People understand me when I try. I'm not shy. I'm learning. Powerful, right? Words change how you feel. Let's bring this into a real-world moment, asking for directions. Imagine you're lost in New York City. You walk up to someone and say, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to Central Park?" Simple, polite, and natural. If they answer fast, just smile and say, "Sorry, could you repeat that slowly?" That's normal. You don't have to hide your learning. Now let's move to the emotional side again. Fear of judgment. Sometimes you think, they'll laugh at me if I say something wrong. But let me ask you, when someone tries to speak your language, do you laugh at them? Of course not. You feel proud of them for trying. So why not give yourself the same kindness? Confidence grows when you stop fighting your fear and start accepting it. It's okay to be shy. What matters is you speak anyway. You can also practice English with people who make you feel safe. A friend, a family member, or an online partner. Choose someone who listens, not someone who corrects every tiny mistake. At home, try role playing. Pretend you're at a restaurant. You can say, "Hi, can I see the menu, please?" Then answer as the waiter, "Sure. What would you like to have?" It sounds funny, but it works. You're building real situations in your brain. And remember, confidence is not about never feeling shy again. It's about speaking even when you feel shy. Here's another everyday example. At the grocery store, "Hey, do you have any fresh strawberries today?" "Yes, over there by the milk section." "Oh, great. Thanks a lot." See how short that is? You don't need big words to sound confident. And here's a big secret: native speakers make mistakes too. Listen carefully next time you watch a movie or TV show. You'll hear like, that's natural English. So don't aim for perfect sentences. Aim for natural rhythm. When you get nervous, your brain wants to protect you by staying silent. But silence doesn't help you grow. Speaking, even with mistakes, does. So next time you feel shy, just remind yourself, it's okay. I'm learning. I can do this. Here's another good daily routine. Speak one sentence of English to someone every day. At the store, at work, online, anywhere. Just one sentence. Over time, one sentence becomes 2, then 5, then a full conversation. And if you ever feel like giving up, remember this: every confident speaker you admire today was once shy too. They practiced, they made mistakes, they kept going. You're not behind. You're becoming. Let's end with a small motivational moment. Close your eyes for a second and imagine yourself 1 year from now, speaking English freely, smiling, laughing with friends, traveling, meeting new people. That version of you already exists. You just have to keep showing up for yourself every day. So from now on, promise yourself this. No fear, just voice. Speak your English proudly, mistakes and all, because confidence doesn't come from perfect grammar. It comes from courage, and I believe in you. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep speaking, because your English voice deserves to be heard.